ladies and gentlemen, we are strong, we are beautiful, we are powerful, we are colorful, we are Africans, we are Australians, we are African Australians, we are multicultural, we come from all ends of the world. We are here to support African Australians because we are one world, one love, one humanity with common destiny. Our common destinies are to make Australia and Africa the most prosperous, the most progressive, and the most powerful nation on earth. Our common destinies are to give hope for a younger generation, a hope for continuing peace, love, equity, justice, and fairness we enjoy today as Australians. Our common destinies are to one day see an African Australian or Friends of Africa become the Prime Minister of this great country. Our common destinies are to one day see an African Australian or Friend of Africa become the leader of the opposition. All united we say, yes we can. Today is a day of joy and celebration, a day to celebrate you, to celebrate your success, and to celebrate our great country, Australia, and our motherland, Africa. And today, we give voice to our younger generation and let them speak.
My name is Tahiyya Zamzami and I am 10 years old. I'm in Year 4 at Waverley South Primary School in Melbourne. I am a young African. I am a young Australian. I am a young African Australian. I am a proud African Australian child. I am strong and I have the power to be whoever and whatever I want to be. And that is because I live in a lucky country, Australia, my home. I dream of a strong and powerful Africa where children can be what they want to be. Africa, our motherland is never far away from my heart or our daily actions. As I give thanks for my life, and yes, I believe that I can serve the people of Australia as a teacher, or a scientist, a doctor, or maybe one day, the Prime Minister.
Enjoy the food, enjoy the music, and enjoy the company of some of the most powerful and the most beautiful people in Australia. Thank you, and thank you very, very much.
Australians and friends of the African community. You may have noticed behind me quite a number of awards we have to give out. So to start those proceedings, may I invite to the stage to say a few words representing tonight the Australian Prime Minister, the Honourable Kevin Rudd, Minister for Multicultural Affairs, the Honourable Kate Lundy.
Very much. I would like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we are meeting today, the Ngunnawal people, and pay my respects to their elders past and present. And I pass on my acknowledgement and respect too to elders of other communities who may be here today. To the chair of the Celebration of African Australians, John Z. Bertram, to Zed Seselja, representing the Leader of the Opposition, to Mary Porter, MLA, representing the Chief Minister of the ACT, to Judge Ralph Sulio, Chair of the Australian Multicultural Council, to Pino Migliorino, the Chair or President of the Federation of Ethnic Communities Councils of Australia, Your Excellencies, Ambassadors and High Commissioners, to People of Australia ambassadors who are here, Eleni Bereted Samuel and Jennifer Barrera and others who may be present. To all of you, community leaders, ladies and gentlemen, what an absolute pleasure it is to be here this evening. On behalf of the Prime Minister, Kevin Rudd, I'd like to thank the Celebration of African Australians organisation for inviting him and allowing me to represent him at this wonderful evening here at Parliament House. By extending the hand of friendship to the broader Australian community, you are promoting and increasing our understanding of African culture. And it gives me great pleasure to be here as we recognise the enormous talent as well as the diversity of many African Australians. I have a message from the Prime Minister which I would like to read now. Tonight we commend the success, determination and commitment of outstanding organisations, businesses and individuals who have made an enormous contribution to Australian society in medicine, politics, media, business, the arts and academia, and let us not forget in sport. These significant achievements inspire and motivate all Australians. And as we celebrate the recipients of these awards tonight, we also celebrate Australia's multiculturalism, a source of social and economic dynamism in Australian life. I offer my congratulations to the outstanding individuals and organisations that are being honoured tonight. Kevin Rudd, Prime Minister of Australia. Such a wonderful moment, I think, for the broader community to understand and celebrate firsthand the contributions and achievements of African Australians, and many of whom who have arrived in Australia having endured the most dire of circumstances on their way here. And according now to, we know from the 2011 census, there are 337,881 African-born people living in Australia, an increase of around 40% since 2006. And so while the census tells us about the growth in numbers, it can't measure the wonderful influence of the African Australian community. Many of you are here tonight far from your place of your birth, but I can see that you proudly carry your cultural heritage in your hearts and your souls. By keeping your culture and heritage alive and sharing it with all Australians, you are contributing not just to the cultural well-being of your own community, but to the cultural well-being of the wider Australian community, and I thank you for that. Ladies and gentlemen, you're here in Canberra, your national capital, in a very special year. 2013 is the year of the centenary of Canberra, Australia's national capital. And throughout this year we are celebrating significant events of all different types, whether they're in through the business community, through celebrating our wonderful national. That's why I'd like to, as also Senator for the ACT, you're here in my electorate, to say to you from the bottom of my heart, welcome here in this significant year. I'm so proud to have you here in the year that we are celebrating the centenary of your national capital, Canberra. And then many of us had the opportunity to look around not just Parliament House, but explore some of our wonderful national institutions throughout the day. And I encourage you to get to know your national capital as the weekend goes on. So ladies and gentlemen, and thank you again so much for the work you have done in organising tonight's incredibly special awards. It is a great pleasure to have you here in Parliament House. And I'd like to say to all of you, may we enjoy an evening spent in peace, unity, togetherness, and most of all, celebration. Thank you very much.
Representing the Leader of the Opposition, the Honourable Tony Abbott, tonight, Mr. Zed Zelja, Senate candidate for the ACT.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you to Senator Kate Lundy for her wonderful words. Distinguished guests, Mary Porter, ladies and gentlemen. We live in a wonderful country here in Australia, don't we? And the diversity of it is part of what makes it so amazing. My family travelled to Australia from Croatia. My uncle was the first to come to Canberra in 1959, having escaped a pretty oppressive communist regime. And my family came to Australia seeking a better life, and they escaped oppression, and they found in Australia a wonderful nation which welcomed them. And growing up here in Canberra, I experienced that diversity. I experienced people from all over the world. I had friends from Southern Europe, I had friends from the Philippines, from Sri Lanka. I used to play basketball against African Australians. And I've got to say, you know, there are many things that unite us, but recently I had the opportunity to play with a Sudanese basketball team here in Canberra, and I was struck by the fact there are also some differences. The Sudanese team were amazing athletes, and I felt in awe at what they contributed. And I've seen that in the sporting field, and I've seen that in so many other areas of life. To the young... To the young boy who may be our future African Australian Prime Minister, I say to you, why not? I say to you, we have not yet had an African Australian at that level. It may well happen one day. We have seen our Australian rugby captain, George Gregan, who is an African Australian who grew up right here in Canberra. We have, of course, seen an African American become President of the United States, and of course one day we will see an African Australian take on that top job. Can I simply close by congratulating all of those receiving awards and recognition tonight. Can I thank the many African Australian communities who are represented here tonight, and particularly those who make a contribution to my home city here in Canberra. I know many of them, and I know that they are family people. They are people who are making a wonderful contribution to our city and to our nation. Once again, thank you very much.
We're going to actually start the awards now. So if I could invite to witness the ribbon cutting His Excellency the High Commissioner of the Republic of Uganda, Mr. Enoch Mukroho, to witness Kate Lundy cutting the ribbon, and then we'll get started with the award ceremony.
Thank you.
If I could ask Senator Lundy and Mr. Zelda to remain on stage, and we'll begin with the first award presentation. Thank you very much. So if I could start with the Outstanding High Commissioner Award. His Excellency Mr. Ayula Lawrence Olukani, High Commissioner of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. If I could invite you up to receive your awards. Thank you. The first His Excellency Mr. Mohammed Nael Ainin, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Kingdom of Morocco. If I could invite you up, please. Judge Ralph Sulio.
I'm greatly honoured to be invited to speak tonight. I wish to begin by also acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we gather, the Ngunnawal people, and pay my respects to their elders past and present. To members of Parliament, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests all. As Chair of the Multicultural Council, it's my pleasure to be here tonight celebrating the contribution of African Australians as important communities in Australia. As you are aware, the African Australian population makes up something less than 1.5% of Australia's overall population, but makes a contribution that goes far beyond that proportion. The amazing diversity of achievements being celebrated tonight is a testament to that fact. African Australian communities enrich Australian society. Events such as this offer a wonderful opportunity for us to reflect upon your achievements and contributions in a diverse array of fields, including medicine, law, entertainment and sports. African Australians are prominent entrepreneurs. Others make a difference through working for government and the community. Through my work in the Migrant Resource Centre and my experience with the African Communities Council of South Australia, I've had the benefit of seeing many fine examples of such work. These contributions foster social cohesion by celebrating different cultures, by showing effective social and economic participation, and helping to create trust and respect across Australian communities. They help make Australia a successful multicultural nation. Australia's multicultural policy recognises the incredible breadth and diversity of Australian society and reaffirms the government's support for a culturally diverse and socially cohesive nation. I want to acknowledge Minister Lundy's work in the social cohesion area and her passion and support for cultural diversity in Australia. The Australian Multicultural Council is a key supporter and advocate for multiculturalism and for a culturally and linguistically diverse Australia. As we celebrate tonight, we can all be very proud of your accomplishments in the community and the contribution African Australians have made to multiculturalism, to social cohesion and to a richer Australia. Importantly, by providing such successful examples, we do more than just honour those who are presented with awards tonight. What we can do is inspire those who follow. We can make younger members of the community realise what can be achieved and what success that is available to them. I commend the chairperson, John Enzi Bertram, and those who worked with him for bringing this spectacular showcase together this evening. I congratulate those who have been presented with awards and those who are about to be honoured with awards. Thank you very much.
Now may I please welcome to the stage Dr. Hassan Hanafi Mahmoud El Laiti, Ambassador of the Arab Republic of Egypt, to say a few words.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure and honor for me to be here with this distinguished gathering, celebrating, I think, most importantly, the success stories of African Australians. I think being in Australia only for a few months and realizing the fact that Australia can provide the right incubator for migrants to feel home and to make their own successes and to prove for everybody that Australia, being the place for successful multicultural, will always be able to attract people coming from Africa and elsewhere to have their second home and to add to Australia, and Australia will really be caring for their new citizens. Coming from Egypt, and I'm very proud that Egypt is integral being in Africa, and historically the Egyptian contribution in Africa is very significant, and it will still be the case. So I'm very proud of all African presence this evening, and I'm very happy to see those successful stories, and those will be getting the awards this evening. Congratulations for them. And I would like to thank all organizers for those who really attended the Africa Day this year. I was very touched to see everyone feeling real African. And Senator Bobkar, as he was giving his speech, and we were listening to the young lady giving the poem about being an African, and we were all touched with that, that we were proud to be African. So, congratulations for those who will win the awards this evening. Congratulations for Australia being the home for many of the success stories, and thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to be here this evening. Thank you.
Francis Roger Aqua.
Francis is a leading and influential person in the mental health field with over 25 years of experience. Francis is the clinical director of Positive Mental Health Program, Africans in the field mental health science, after running in Australia in 1986. Welcome, Francis.
Next is Dr. Mimi Claudine Udom Watts.
Dr. Mimi is a prominent woman in African community in Victoria. She is a lecturer in health sciences. Dr. Mams A. Australian born in Dr. D.R. Congo and is the founder of Agape International Church. She is also founder of Swahili Speaking Women Agency. Welcome.
These were the cute heels I was telling you about. Dancing with Aphrodisia. Congratulations. Congratulations so much. Now, as the final recipient of the Living Legend Award, let's give them all a hand in that category. Thank you, Nava.
I deserve it.
Vanessa M. Hayes.
Professor Vanessa is a professor and head of human comparative genomics, Government Institute of Medical Research, the King Rowan Cancer Center in Sydney. South African born, the majority of her work has been focused on medicines in 2010 when she led a team that generated the first complete human DNA sequences for Africa.
And the other World Acclaimed Professional of the Year award goes to Gail Kelly.
Gail has already been on stage. According to Forbes magazine, banker Gail Kelly oversees $675 billion in assets and $37.8 billion in revenue. No wonder she's one of the most powerful women we have present in the world.
Congratulations, Gail. I'll move on to our next category, the Excellence Awards, and the first is Dr. Charles Mfande.
Dr. Charles is an educator and involvement specialist and a member of IC in National Government Programs. Welcome to stage.
Lillian Mwandri.
Lillian is course coordinator, Master of the Health and International Government, Flying Arts University of South Australia. She's doing a research project on suicide in African communities.
The next Excellent Award recipient is Odette Tufik.
Odette has been a social welfare champion for 25 years in Queensland. She's working with different one-culture organizations in different areas such as migration, settlement, health, welfare, and organizational management. In 2013, she won the Women's Federation's World Peace Award for long-term achievement at the International Women's Day celebrations. Welcome on stage.
The next awardee, Patricia Daniels.
Patricia is a very powerful lady, executive producer and broadcaster at Sheba Caravan of World Beats, Egyptian born, member of Kuri Radio Broadcasting team since 1996, CEO and founder of the House of Africa Project, CEO and Director of International Education Leadership and Involvement Academy. We're happy to have her here.
Congratulations. Next category is the Outstanding Professional Achievement Awards, and the first award goes to Dr. Jelaye Nadu.
Dr. Jelaye Nadu holds a professor position in the University of Western Australia.
Mr. Ferry Yonis.
Michael in Australia, 1992 and living in Libra, Barat, and Melbourne for the past 21 years. Benjamin is the founder of FAY Consulting Party, and he is a professional engineer with a combination of 17 years of experience. Welcome on stage.
And here he is, Mr. Yonis. Omidi Adisa.
He's also Rector's Academic and won award, Merit Awards, Northwestern University, South Africa, Northwest, South Africa.
Richard Duff.
Richard Down is the Victoria Police Manufacturing Liaison Officer in Melbourne's Western Suburbs. Richard chaired and co-wrote the Williams Chinese Community Forum Report on Canada.
Libby Hogarth and Australian Migration Officer.
Australian Migration Options and Libby Hogarth is the last.
The Liverpool Migrant Resource Centre.
For a number of years, Liverpool Migrant Research Centre has been working tirelessly with new and emerging African communities. We do appreciate your involvement and welcome you to the stage to receive your award. Massive Family Services in Toowoomba, Queensland, what is the history of working together with African Australians. We also appreciate your presence here and happy to recognize your achievements.
Oh boy. can